Hey, Julie.
Hey, Carolyn.
Guess what day it is, folks?
Um,
It's Tuesday. And Tuesday is the day where I review a really good book.
Ooh.
Nikki French.
I've never read her.
Oh, well, you are missing out.
I think I might be. I can't wait for you to tell me all about it.
So this is her newest one. Oh, and I'll just mention I have an oldie but goodie that I'm going to tell you about also. But this one, The Favor, it's an in-depth look at what people do in their teenage years.
Ooh.
And how it affects their adult life. But it's kind of like it's kind of a mystery, but not a mystery, but it keeps you hanging on because you turn the page, you never know what's going to happen in the next one.
Ah.
And so this young woman has kind of a short summer fling with a very charismatic young man.
Ooh.
And it's like her first experience with true love and attraction. And it's just before she's ready to go to university. She has her sights, she's going to be a doctor.
Ah.
And this charismatic young man was one of those young guys that just like they have everything that you want when you're 18 and don't know better. And so she has this summer affair with him, but then she goes to school, she gets her doctorate, she's a doctor, she's working, and she's engaged to a nice young man, or at least she thinks he's nice. But her life is on an even keel.
Mm-hmm.
And this beau from her teenage years shows up.
Ooh.
And asks her for a favor.
Oh.
I know.
This sounds so... I'm putting this on my list. Yes. Oh.
Oh, gosh, yeah. You just have to get enmeshed in it. And you turn the page. What's next? What's next?
What a great snowy day read that is. Yes.
Absolutely, absolutely. And so Nikki French is, she's a very good writer. I've read, other stuff by her.
Mm-hmm.
But this one is fascinating.
Ooh.
Because you never know what's going to happen. So anyway, after they have this teenage romance, 20 or 18 years later, a bunch of years later, he shows up and asks her for a favor.
Mm-hmm.
And because of their previous experience, she doesn't know how to say no, so she says yes. And they're in.
And of course, you can't tell us what the favor is because, yes.
You have to read it.
We'll have to read it.
It's a page turner.
Ooh.
And it's very, very interesting. Once you think you know what's going to happen, it turns out, no, you don't.
Aha. I love those kind of books.
So this is a very, very good book. Surprises all the time. It's just, but the ending, I'm not going to tell you how it ends. You'll just have to read it and figure it out.
Ooh.
So this is a real good one. I love this one.
Ooh.
And she's written, a few others. I love the thing that it's a simple enough favor. She owes him. That's the hook.
Oh.
But you don't realize that until you're halfway through.
Right.
And they really don't know about it until you reach almost the end.
Ooh.
It's a fascinating read.
Oh, I cannot wait. Oh.
I love it. So I'm reading it, an earlier book by her that I'm just crazy about it. I want to tell you the name of it because it's maybe it's not here because it's about this young woman. Oh, House of Correction.
Ooh.
Yeah, it's an earlier book of hers. I'm just now reading it, and this young woman who's maybe I'll review it next week. But this young woman who is sort of autistic, but very, very smart. You know how those kind of people get misdiagnosed and misunderstood. Right. So maybe I'll do that next. That's it for my oldie.
As your oldie but goodie.
Because it is an older one. So.
Oh, I love when you introduce me to a new author because now I'll have to read everything.
Yeah. Well, she's very, very good writer. So this is a good one.
Excellent.
So I'm going back to my favorite.
And we can call him local.
Oh,
we can own him.
He's a Vermont author. Everybody knows Chris Bojalian. And this book I liked a lot because it takes place but World War II. And it's about a family who are just living on the edge of being Nazi confiscated. And it's just a fascinating story of how this young woman helps World War II escapees from camps, and it's a great read.
Ooh. See, I've read almost all of his, but I'm not always a big fan of World War II things. But whenever you recommend a book, and you've never steered me wrong, so I'm going to give it another chance.
This is very, very good. It's it's like young people and how they cope and
during such a horrible, awful time,
and how brave they are. I sometimes read these World War II books, and I think, well, what would I have done? I probably would have just hidden in the closet or something. But this is really good. I love all of his books, but this one is especially good. I really like this one. Yeah.
See, now that's a double recommendation, so I definitely have to go forth and read it. Yeah. You've never steered me wrong.
Because he kind of leaves Vermont for a little bit.
Yes. It's good for him to get out of Vermont.
Right. And this is a good one. I like this one a lot.
Yeah. Oh, lovely.
So I think that's it.
Well, you have now made my reading list even longer. Thank you, Carolyn.
Oh, I'm so sorry. So Saturday when we do Sneak
Peek Saturday,
I think maybe I will read the first page of this one because this is really good.
That would be excellent.
And it'll just grab you the first page.
Yes. Oh, I love those. They're the best. Yeah. The best. Oh.
Right. So I guess that's it for this week.
That's it. Thank you, Carolyn.
So no, thank you, Julie.
No, thank you, Carolyn.
Well, we'll see you all next week. No, we'll see you all.
We'll see you all on Saturday. Yes.
All right.
Thank you, Carolyn.
Thank you, Julie.